AMS is pleased to introduce the Admire infrared sensor module. The module incorporates the amazing AS7520 IR spectral sensor built by AMS. This video is a quick introduction to the Admire module and its evaluation kit. Humans are able to see light in the visible spectrum at wavelengths from 390 up to 700 nanometers. This spectrum makes up the familiar colors of the rainbow. But the human eye is blind to other wavelengths of light. Infrared radiation, also called IR, has longer wavelengths than visible light, and IR cannot be seen by the human eye. The wavelengths of the IR spectrum range from 750 nanometers all the way up to 1,000 micrometers. The Admire module from AMS is able to sense IR light in the short wavelength IR range from 1,350 up to 1,650 nanometers. What can an IR sensor be used for? Well, objects can appear quite different when you're able to see them in the IR spectrum. Take a look at these objects as seen in the visible light spectrum. Now look at them as seen in the IR spectrum. There is a lot of information contained in these IR images of the avocado, human hand, etc. And there are lots of growing markets where IR sensing and detection might be very important. But today we're actually not going to discuss that. Rather, let's look at the key features of the Admire module. It does IR sensing in the range from 1,350 up to 1,650 nanometers. It has tunable Fabry-Perot bandpass filters. It sweeps a 300 nanometer range in 1 nanometer steps. And it uses an innovative indium gallium arsenide photodiode detector. It has onboard temperature control and an onboard halogen lamp. And the Admire module is very small. Let's go ahead and open up the Admire eval kit. The module itself has an opening on the top with a transparent observation window. Below that clear window is the IR photodiode detector and the onboard halogen illumination lamp. The Admire kit connects to a Windows PC using a standard mini USB connector. Don't forget to turn it on. The current version of the kit comes with several transparent plastic vessels, each containing a sample material such as sugar, salt, cotton, polyester, etc. To install the Admire Gui, open up the software package called the Admire Bundle. Notice it is a compressed file. So go ahead and unpack or unzip the driver. Now we're going to the unzipped version of the Admire Bundle, and we're going to go to the directory called Admire_test app. Double-click on this. There are several directories here, but we will talk about just a few of them. The DB directory, for instance, is the database library of spectral data from various materials that we have already scanned. You can even add new items to this library. The out directory is where your scanning data gets stored for later review. But for now, we just want to go to the EXE directory where the GUI app actually resides. The GUI is called Admire_test app. Go ahead and double-click it to launch it. First, you will see that it's asking you to select a virtual COM port on your PC. You can check in the Windows Device Manager under Ports, COM, and LPT. In my case, I can see that my Admire kit wants to use Virtual COM port 16, so that's what I'm selecting. Okay, so here's the Admire IR Sensor GUI. This button here allows for me to perform a single measurement, and this other button below it allows for continuous measurements. I have put a small container of salt on the observation window of the Admire module. Once I hit the measurement button, the system will make a scan. It will start at 1,350 nanometers and then increment the wavelength up by 1 nanometer. A total of 300 spectral readings will be performed across the IR spectrum from 1,350 up to 1,650 nanometers. Now we can see the shape of the IR spectrum of salt. Let's check out the Classify feature. If I check the Classify box, I am able to find the similarity of my test sample to other samples already stored in the library database. For this test, let's use polyester. Now I click Scan, and the spectral signature will be displayed. Over here on the right, under Similarity, the tool will tell me how comparable my test sample is to other items already in the database. We can see that my polyester sample is a 99% match with the polyester sample in the database. That's not too bad. Anyway, thank you for learning a little bit about the remarkable Admire IR sensing module from AMS.